Hey, everybody. When you really start to incorporate mental game, when you really understand mental game, that is the mental framework that is going to bring success, then literally the thousands or the tens of thousands start to flow faster than the hundreds did with consistency, okay? But as a lot of my students have learned, the mental game is not an easy thing to master. And even when you have mastered it, like I have over 40 years of trading or 40 years of trading, we're still human. So we're prone to mistakes. And there's a quote that I love to repeat, and it's from the book Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. It's a great book. If you've never read that book, I totally recommend that you buy that book. It's a fantastic book, really fun to read, and it's loaded with wisdom, not just trading wisdom, but wisdom about life. And the book is about Jesse+Livermire, who was a famous stock market speculator. He lived from the late 19th century into the mid 20th century, and he was a self-taught trader, and it was at a time when the stock market really kind of traded like the commodity markets. There was no margin, and it was really a kind of wild west market. And he was known as being a very famous bear short seller. All right, but anyway, the quote that he uses in this book is that the mistake family is a big family. There are a lot of brothers and cousins and sisters of the same mistake. So even if you master the mental game, you're still human and you're still prone to mistakes. And what I've said to people and what they have realized, at least the astute ones, is that the market never defeats you. It's not about, you had a bad forecast, or you didn't guess the number correctly, or it broke the trend line, but it didn't really, right? It's about your behavior. You decide whether you win or lose. And like I like to teach in my course, I teach how to win, I don't teach how to lose. But some students, when they get involved with real money, they find that it's a pretty tough game. I mean, on the surface, it's like, yeah, I love that idea, Mike. I just want to win. I don't want to lose. We all want to win and we don't want to lose. But when put into practice, when real money is on the line, that affects our behavior. And it's not as easy as it sounds. Now, having said that, the one thing, the biggest thing that you can do outside of the proper mental game and training yourself to have the proper mental game is keep your risk way down. In other words, keep your exposure, keep your positions very small in the beginning. If you're, for example, in the Forex market, which is what I trade exclusively, if you're a macroeconomic trader like I am, because it's all based on MMT, and it moves, 3 big points against you, 300 pips, that's not a big move. You have to be able to handle that, because our moves could be far more than that. All right? And even if they're not, even if they're a full point, a big point, or 2 big points, you got to be able to handle that, because the macroeconomics won't change or shouldn't change just because you have fluctuations or volatility of that magnitude. So, if you're starting out, and if you bought my course, and those of you who did not buy my course, and by the way, if you want to listen to people or get some insight into what the course is all about or how it helped people out, please go to www.pitbulleconomics.com/testimonials and you'll read it. If you haven't bought the course, it's also at www.pitbulleconomics.com. Click on the tab that says courses, okay? But what I'm saying here is keep the exposure way down in the beginning. That's very important, okay? Bye-bye.